I'm going to share with you a very unpopular opinion, but if you are willing to open your perspective and your heart to this piece, you are potentially going to provide yourself with greater freedom than you could ever imagine. I'm going to share with you a very unpopular opinion, but if you are willing to open your perspective and your heart to this piece, you are potentially going to provide yourself with greater freedom than you could ever imagine. I want you to think of a person in your life that has caused you a lot of pain, or a person in your life where you continue to experience the same painful, challenging dynamic or pattern. We will often view these people or view these dynamics or view these relationships from a place of, this is happening to me. I have very little power or control over what this person does. No matter what I do, nothing seems to change. This person won't change. And what this will do is keep you very much stuck in a victim energy. I am not saying that hard things have not been done to you or that painful things have not occurred to you. I'm not invalidating how painful some things have been for you on your path, on your journey. But what if, and this is where the freedom comes, what if you began to see that person as very specifically chosen by your soul in this lifetime, as someone that is meant to help you expand into your highest self, into your highest good? And what if every time that person shows up in your life in this dynamic, in this pattern, what if in every moment that person and the contract you have together is an opportunity for you to deepen into greater expansion, greater freedom? This is a big piece to accept, receive, allow, embody. But when you think about it, and trust me, I have had some things that I've experienced where it could be so easy for me to view that person as, or to view myself as a victim to that person's actions. But what occurs when we stay in this energy is we continue to give our power away, and we often continue to stay in a pattern that also shows up in other dynamics, in other relationships. And our energy stays stuck, and our energy continues to siphon out into that piece. But if you can begin to view each time this person shows up or each time this pattern shows up as an opportunity for you to see where you're not free yet, this is where you take your power back. Because whatever that pattern is that's showing up, your soul has chosen to come here in this experience to break it, to move through it, to shift it, to smooth it, to free yourself from it. And so, and again, this might be triggering, but so much gratitude for when that person shows up doing the same thing that you always get stuck in with that person, because every time it occurs, it is showing you that there is still some more here that you're ready to free yourself of. If it shows up, it means it's not done. If it shows up and you're getting activated by it, you're feeling stuck in it, you're feeling triggered, you're feeling challenged by it. If the energy is not neutral, there is still more there. And that means there is still an opportunity and more energy that wants to be cleared and smoothed in order for you to find greater freedom through that piece. That's what this is about. These patterns, these dynamics, these relationship challenges that show up again and again, often with primary caregivers, our parents, our romantic relationships, which trail back to childhood and our primary caregivers. They show up again and again and again because it is a patterned experience. It is a patterned energy, and your system is asking you to complete the cycle. And so when you get activated, when you get triggered, the energy is showing up to complete the cycle. And so one, you want to regulate your nervous system because that allows for the cycle to be completed. And then two, you want to choose a new response. This is where your freedom is. It is one, shifting the perspective. It is two, working with your nervous system. It is three, choosing a new response. And so how can you begin to view the hardest relationships in your life from this place? You're going to have most likely resistance that comes up when I say that. Why? Because that is your ego showing you where you're not ready yet for that freedom. That is your ego wanting to cling to the identity of that pain. That is your ego wanting to stay in what is familiar, even if it doesn't feel good. It's what your system knows. And so if there's resistance showing up, if you're ready to fight me on this, that's actually good. Bring awareness to that resistance and see that there's a part of you that is actually feeling quite safe and familiar in this dynamic. And that in itself is truth. That in itself shows you, oh, there's something in the comfort zone here. There's something that I know here that a part of me is scared to grow out of, expand out of. But I promise you, and speaking from someone who has done this work in very challenging relationships and pieces that I've moved through that have been very traumatic, being able to step back and expand my awareness to this perspective, at first it felt weak, powerless. But as I began to get more curious with it, I actually realized I was able to find my power through it. Because when I put on that detective hat, each time it showed up and began to dig in and get curious with, why is this showing up again? What more do I need to see here? How am I being asked to deepen more into my power through this experience and experience greater freedom through the detachment of the identity, of the pain, of the suffering? Oof. That's where the things really shift. If you have any questions about this, leave a comment, contact me directly. This is also really beautiful work that we can explore in my one-to-one soul coaching, where at the root of what we do, we help you find freedom through the things that you get stuck in, through the triggers, through the pieces, the patterns, the cycles that you can't seem to get out of, the loops. We help you move through the resistance. We help you work with your nervous system, work with the parts, the somatic work, so you can begin to feel that freedom in your life that you deserve to feel. And so you can start to experience what you truly desire to experience in your body, in your system, in your life, in your energy, in your relationships. I'm here if you need help.